Sure, shall I? Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. So, I want you to think of a usual Monday. How's the usual Monday? We are starting the day, we are starting the week, lots of stuff to do. We want to utilize and productify each and every minute of our day. Usually we are conditioned to think that productivity means fast work and hard work. You know, our life is dominated by the linear, the logical, the analytical part of our brain. That is what I call the left brain mode. Even if you utilize 100% of your left brain, you're only utilizing 50% of your capacity. Then what about the rest of the 50%? That is creative part of the brain. That is your right brain. Only when you use both the parts of your brain equally. Now, I'm not saying use creativity in logic and use logic in creativity. Respective places, if you use them, it makes you as a byproduct a much more productive person. Whatever I say, I'm going to give you some examples of how it changed my life. I'm a creative person since childhood. I've been doing dancing, music, piano, etc. It was very difficult for me to do anything left brain. It was opposite. What happened was came DWC. Now planning, organizing, staffing, directing, different cultures, different countries, tax, etc. We have to look at that. Because of that, my life got balanced. Let's move forward. Do you agree with this? This is going to be a little interact. Do you agree with this? Yes. Practice makes you perfect, right? Let's explore a little more. Do you know which country gave yoga to the world? India. Right? Do you know who gave yoga to India? That's great. The founder of yoga is Maharishi Patanjali. Now, in his book, there is this one shloka which is the law of practice. If you are doing anything that is great in your life, you would see, when I tell you the meaning of this shloka, you will see that law knowingly, unknowingly you have applied. And if you want to do anything in future also, you would have to apply. The shloka goes as Satu Dirgha Kala Nairantarya Satkar Sevitu Drid Bhumi. What does it mean? It means Satu Dirgha. It means any practice which is done for a long period of time with honor. Honor has respect in it and grateful. That's why we say honorable. Any practice which is done for a long period of time with honor, without a break, is the practice which gets established. Now, I'll give you two scenarios. One is a primary thing and one is a secondary thing. Primary, say whatever you're doing your office, you're going for college, you're doing your service. That's your primary. But now I'm saying utilize your both the brains. Now I'm saying put a little bit time for creativity also. How did I do? My primary is dance. Many people know, like my friend over here and many of you, since childhood I've been doing that, right? 1 hour, 2 hour, going into 15 hours of rehearsals, etc. Now 22 years to that. Very little people know that when I was 6 years old, my mom gave me a little synthesizer. Now what I did is, it went in the background the way I used to take bath and brush, my synthesizer playing for 3 to 5 minutes only a day. I used to do that. Nobody knew that I'm doing that. For years I did that. It became so nice that once Rani Mukherjee noticed me playing. I was doing well in dancing. I was on TV, reality show, this, that. I was a finalist of a reality show. That time, before shoot, there was a synthesizer on Tan I was doing. She liked it. She was like, why don't you play on TV? We are anyway shooting next week. I was like, I don't know. I was like 17-year-old. The producers were like, but Rani, this is a dance program. He was like, there is this person who dances like this and can play piano. How many people do you know who can do that? Like, okay, fine. Then I went ahead. She was like, when are you getting a bigger one? I was like, I'll get a bigger one whenever, etc. Little did I know, the next time when we were shooting, she told me to play the piano in front of whatever millions of people on air, and she gave me this synthesizer. That time, bigger one. Now, the problem and the good thing with this, usually is, kya hota hai, we do our arts, we get good at it. This secondary thing, two things happen. Either we say we'll continue this and that primary thing comes in between, and many times we dilute it or we say, let's take a break. Thoda sa break. That's why many times you see people saying arts using past tense. I used to dance. I used to do this. I used to do that. What I did not leave my primary. I continued with my dancing. But then what I did, I continued with this 3 to 5 minutes, adding just 2-3 minutes a day for a long period of time. Again, years and years and years. What happened over the period of time, it's a talent, it's a skill which just added unknowingly in my life. Now I could compose for different theater groups in different countries, etc., etc. Okay. Now, one reporter told me, I said this same story to one of the news channels, and the reporter post our interview is like, Chirag, it's very easy for you, yeah. Dancing, piano, everything right, brain, no. Now, don't tell me you will say your business you did with your, because that's what you have to do if you want to grow, right? What is something that you did which did not come naturally to you? Because I'm a reporter, that guy who does the whole day left brain. Now you're telling me to use 3 to 5 minutes of my time into arts. What is that you did that was not comfortable? Very little people know that my English was something which was far away from even being okay. I was 13 years old, 12 years old. I still remember in Amritsar only, somebody came to me, spoke something, said something in English, and I was so scared. I don't know what she spoke, I still don't remember. So scared, I went home, cried. Then later on, 3 men in my life, my dad, my mentor Khurshad Batliwala, and his dad. These 3 people told me, we will not let you live peacefully if you don't do your graduation. I said, okay, fine, I'll do graduation. They said, okay, fine, anyway, you're doing arts, why don't you do graduation in arts? I was like, sure, but let me do something which I anyway wouldn't do. That is why I took admission under Mumbai University, but I found the Khalsa College, because I'm from Amritsar. I had to find something which is relating. So I found Khalsa College, and then I went and took admission and became the bachelor's in English literature. Now that is literature. What about language? Language, again, my theater group, I told all my friends, I am going to make mistakes. You correct me. I don't care if I feel bad. I don't care if you feel bad. Just correct me every now and then. Whenever I speak, whatever I speak, that is what happened. It was so that there was a point I did not even know what my designation was. For the longest period of time, I used to think dance direction is just a fancier way of saying choreographer. Slowly, that's Carla. Carla is our mentor, Shamak's mentor and my mentor. She told me, you're a dance director of this musical. I was like, sure, fancier way. Thank you very much, everybody. Then once, Mrs. Neeta Mukesh Ambani also called me on stage saying, can I have the dance director, please? I was like, sure. I mean, it looks like she's calling me. I went on stage, we did our work. Then I called Carla. I was like, what is the meaning of dance director? She told me, okay, choreographer means who takes care of the dance, but in musical or a movie setup, you need a dance director. Like that. Somebody was like, you're doing this, that means corporate trainer. Okay, fine, corporate trainer. You're doing this, that means fashion choreographer. I was like, okay, fine, fashion choreographer. This is how slowly I learned. For a long period of time, me doing that small little efforts in making these practices as my background, not going full-fledged, give me these skills, give me these things that I can use in general now. Now, I'm telling you 2 things today. One is add 5 minutes to your life where you learn something new. Youthfulness, the signature of youthfulness is not age. The signature of youthfulness is enthusiasm. And as a byproduct, if you keep learning something new, youthfulness, there is nothing other than youthfulness that happens. 2 things I'm going to tell you. One is 5 minutes of something new. For example, arts if you're not doing, or for example, if you're doing logistics work, then arts. If arts, then logistics. One last thing that I want to tell you is add a little bit of breathing exercises in it. More than 87% of toxins go out of your breath. More than 87% of toxins go out of your breath. Still, we utilize only 30% of our capacity. I've been doing this since I was a child. I was 11 years old. That again, 5 minutes of that, these 10 minutes in your life will give you so much productivity that eventually you'll have much more time to do many more things in life. And now I want you to come back to that Monday morning. Now you're not running. You have those 10 minutes. You've been practicing for a long time. You have extra time. You become a much bigger asset to the society that you already are. To the city, to the society, to the state, to the country, to the world. With that enthusiasm, uplifted state of yours, with so much skill and so much enthusiasm, you'll be the person to go to as far as any service is concerned, anything in the world is concerned. Thank you very much.